Geological fieldwork is carried out mainly for three basic reasons, such as searching and exploitation of new natural resources, as a requirement of the government and for academic purposes. In fact, the geological fieldwork is the process of selecting an area of interest, identifying all the geological information like soils, vegetation, rock types, minerals, topography, local and regional structures, and tectonics, and surface and groundwater resources of the region. The gathered information is compiled and presented in the form of detailed report, which also includes various types of maps such as geological map, mineral map, structural and tectonic map, geomorphological map, soil and vegetation map, surface and groundwater map, etc. For achieving above target, the field mapping should be conducted in three phases: planning, data collection with accuracy and precision, and finally reporting. The outcome of the fieldwork is the preparation of geological map. In fact, a map is a visual representation of an area in the form of symbolic representation of objects, regions, themes, and their relationships. In this way, a geological map depicts the distribution of rock units and the structure of a region in two dimensions on a base map. Nowadays, the geological maps have become more precise than ever due to availability of precise satellite digital data as satellite imagery, small to large scale aerial photographs, and advanced positioning system like GPS, GLONASS, GNSS, total station, high-tech surveying instrument, and geographic information system, etc. The understanding of a geological map depends on one's training and interest and the techniques used. It is also fundamental to be able to envisage scenarios that may have been involved during the formation processes of the features exhibited, as this forms an essential basis for the analysis of geological maps. Generally, the concept and principle of geology are learned through classroom teaching, but these can be very well understood only in the field by direct observations. Here, we can say that in geology, the fieldwork is very much important and necessary to gain the in-depth knowledge of the subject. The word geology has been derived from the two Greek words, Gaia, that is geo, means the goddess earth in Greek mythology, and logos, that is logi, means the science or knowledge of. In all, geology is the science of earth, which deals with the composition, internal structure of the earth, that is crust, mantle and core, and history of its development. Right from the origin of the earth, the forces responsible for its revolution around the sun and rotation on its own axis have been causing typical changing climatic and weather conditions throughout the geological past, which have been causing different seasons like rainy, windy, winter, summer. Since the formation of the earth's crust, the forces both such as internal, that is tectonic activity causing earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics and continental drift, etc. And external, that is the action of running water, blowing wind, moving ice and hitting a coastal region by sea or ocean wave, have been in operation and subsequently carving out various types of landforms, beautiful landforms with varying intensity in geological past. In general, geology as a subject covers various branches, especially of field importance, such as geomorphology, that is the science of landforms produced by the action of running water and moving ice and blowing wind. Petrology is the science of rocks, which deals their origin, disposition, composition, structure and texture of different types of rocks. Mineralogy, that is the science of minerals, which deals origin, composition and their association with other rocks and minerals. Structural geology, the science of micro and megascopic structures found in various types of rocks. Stratigraphy and historical geology, that is the order of superposition of rocks and their history of development. Economic geology, the science of minerals of economic importance and their origin, association and distribution. Engineering geology is the application of geological knowledge in the field of civil engineering for the safe and durable construction of dams, tunnels, canals, bridges and roads, etc. Groundwater geology is the science of occurrence, distribution and movement of groundwater. Mining geology, that is the scientific methods of extraction of minerals of economic importance. And finally, survey and field mapping techniques, which deals the latest techniques of surveying and mapping of natural and artificial features such as land use, land cover, geological, cadastral, engineering geological, disaster mapping, etc. Which areas should be selected for training and mapping? That should have the following. There should be a variation in the rock types and structural features such as folds, faults, joints, shear zones and unconformities, etc. Geomorphologically, the area should have gentle to moderate sloping land surfaces showing specific geomorphic features such as mesa, butte, escarpment, gentle to steep slopes, cuesta and hogbacks, etc. These studies throw light on their history of development and geomorphic processes involved. A possible contact of different rocks or lithounits should be clear so that their mapping can be learned easily. The studies further help in complicated situations, for example, where contacts are not very clear due to various reasons, such as covered with thick alluvium or talus or screen material or disturbed by tectonic activity, etc. Before proceeding to fieldwork, one should be equipped with initial information of the area to be visited, such as in the form of topographic maps, vegetation and soil maps, physical and political maps, district and state boundary maps, published and unpublished reports and records, etc. Then next comes field instruments like clinometer, Ebony level, Brunton compass, altimeter, GPS, meter tape, geological hammer, magnet, hand lens, hardness box, etc. Other accessories such as stationery, full circle protector, scale, eraser, drawing sheets, color pencil, a set of sketch pen, fine tip pen of 4 different color, and field diary, haversacks, cap and drinking water bottle. The foresaid instruments, maps and other necessary things are required for fulfilling following needs. Maps. During planning phase, all existing data and maps related to field area are collected. All available maps, whether physical, political, relief, road, physical and topographic, should be carried out to the field, as it is possible that details in one may not be present in another. Most importantly, for geological fieldwork, a old geological map is expected to be handy, especially as a reference. Depending on the areal extent of the field and the detail required, the scale of the map is an important aspect to consider. Topo sheet of the study area on desired scales are required, on which observed data are marked and plotted. This map is also called a base map. As per requirement, following types of base maps are utilized for specific purpose. Base map on 1:1 million to 1:25,000 scale are used for large scale mapping and recording detailed information of geological importance. Base map on 1:25,000 to 50,000 scale are used for medium scale mapping to record attitude of megascopic features such as bedding, joints, major and medium faults, various types of soils. Besides contact mapping of various litho units, base map on 1:50,000 scale and above are used for small scale mapping to record data of megascopic importance. Only regional structures are plotted on these maps, besides regional contact mapping of various litho units. Aerial photographs, stereoscopes and satellite data. These accessories provide data in 3D format, which is an important tool for all geological fieldwork, especially where large features such as volcanoes, calderas, craters, etc. are present. In addition, photos are also used to pinpoint areas of interest. The aerial photographs are studied with the aid of a stereoscope and are utilized before and during the field study. When aerial photographs are not available, then satellite imagery or soft satellite digital data may be used, although it may not possess the finer details as seen on the aerial photographs. The following field instruments are required for geological studies. Clinometer compass. A clinometer is an instrument used for measuring inclination, tilt and elevation of rock outcrops. This is particularly important in areas that have been subjected to tectonic movement. This instrument can also be used for taking positions using forward and backward bearing with reference to north. Besides, measuring inclination of beds, attitudes of foliation planes, joint planes, fault planes and striations, etc. Brunton compass. A compass is an instrument used for determining direction. This is also used for taking positions using forward and backward bearing with reference to north. Inclination of various structural features, slope, elevation and depression of ground surfaces and thickness of beds can also be measured accurately. Unlike a conventional compass or clinometer, which needs two actions to fulfill a measurement, you place a geoclino on a surface and measure the strike and dip. That significantly saves time and labor. The built-in GPS makes it possible to measure latitude and longitude that can be saved in the geoclino G memory along with measurements. It is also possible to use geoclino as a normal GPS receiver. Ebony level. This is used to measure the angle in the form of height and depth of any raised or depressed natural and artificial feature, as well as inclination of slope of ground surface. Altimeter. It is an instrument to measure the altitude of an object above a fixed point. GPS. It is called Global Positioning System, which works on satellite-based navigation system and used to locate one's position by trilateration method with 4 or more satellites in geological field, mapping lithologies, tracking structures, measuring elevation, storing sampling points, and descriptions of formation when samples are collected. The same is transferred on the base map. The location data are recorded in the form of longitude and latitude, elevation and depression of any natural or artificial feature. The GPS functions and capabilities are improving rapidly with advancement in technology. Magnet. It is used to identify magnetic properties of the rocks and minerals noticed in the study area, especially the minerals and rocks bearing iron material. Hand lens is used to identify all properties of rock samples such as rock type, color, texture, identifiable mineralogy, alteration as well as the physical properties such as folding, foliation, intrusions, layering etc. in the field directly before further analysis in the laboratory. It is used to identify mineral in fine to medium grained rocks. These are supplied with 5x, 10x and 20x magnification and are used as per the grain size of material to be identified. Hardness box. This box is used to measure the hardness of minerals found in the rock as individual mineral. The box contains a set of 10 standard minerals starting from softest to hardest minerals such as talc of 1, gypsum of 2, calcite of 3, fluorite of 4, apatite of 5, feldspar of 6, quartz of 7, topaz of 8, corundum of 9 and diamond of 10 hardness. This 10 minerals box is called as Mohs hardness scale. The hardness of any mineral associated with some rock or as individual can be measured by scratching and comparing hardness of mineral provided in the hardness box. For example, a mineral which is scratched by topaz of hardness 8 and mineral itself scratch a mineral of hardness 7, it means the minerals is having hardness between 7 and 8. Streak plate. It is a rough porcelain plate on which we draw a line by the mineral to be identified. The minerals which are softer than the porcelain plate leave a powdery material in the form of colored line. Thus, by matching the color of this line with the color of standard mineral, we can identify the mineral. The mineral which are harder than the streak plate and do not leave any colored streak, these minerals are identified using other properties. Full circle protector, 6 and 12 inches measuring scale. These are used to mark the position of the observer or natural and artificial object on the basement using forward and backward bearings. Tracing paper of different sizes are used for recording structural details such as tracing of different color bending, folded and faulted layers, competent and incompetent layers for further detailed analysis such as geometry of fold or fault and their stress history. Field diary or the field notebook is the most important document to record detailed observations of the minerals, rocks, their altitudes, thickness, contact details and other significant details required for further field analysis. Masking tape and marker pens are used for labeling samples before they are put into the sample bags. Digital camera is the only backup memory in addition to the field diary. The camera should be of suitable digital resolution to photograph field area. Important microstructures and other significant features. Geological hammer is the basic equipment for any geologist as it is the tool used for collecting samples. The hammer of suitable weight, that is half kg or 1 kg, are used to collect fresh and unweathered sample of rocks of suitable dimensions. The standard size of the sample is generally taken of about 2 inches to 3 inches to 4 inches to 5 inches for detailed studies. The chip sampling of the rocks and minerals also done for detailed analysis, which throw light on the composition, structure, texture and origin of rocks. haversacks. The haversacks of suitable size are used to carry base map, rock, soil samples, field diary, field instruments and other accessories required for field studies. Sample bags which best suit geological samples are canvas and fabric has is sewn in tie tape and a label tag on the outside to insert the sample number and location point. Plastic bags may be used where the sample is soft, disintegrated or wet. Measuring tape is important for taking actual measurements of lithology and structures. For instance, in lithologies that exhibit layering, it is necessary to measure the thickness of each layer precisely, as this can be used as correlation tool with other similar sequences that may be encountered. Safety clothing. These include hunter shoes, cloths that are tough in fabric, preferably jeans, hat and sunglasses to protect one from the sun. First aid kit. Safety in the field is always a priority. Nevertheless, accidents cannot be ruled out, thus need to be prepared with a first aid kit. Furthermore, it is crucial that at least one person in the field crew be trained in basic first aid techniques. Geologist's imagination is the most expensive equipment of all. Most of the earth processes have never been witnessed in an actual sense. Thus, it took the imagination of the early scientists to have the models we have today. Most of these models have been tested over time and have been proven to be true. Consequently, when carrying out geological field mapping, one needs to use their imagination when viewing geological formations and structures. Now we have learnt about the introduction of this field training. In this, we have put stress over the subject information. In this field training, we start with the collection of literature, collection of different types of maps, different types of reports. Then we come to the before collection of these material, we have to select the area, season, time, how to select that area, where that area should lie, and what sort of information should be there. In this module, we will learn. We have already learned, we have given detailed account on this, that what sort of information should be collected for that, and what instruments should be used. So there is a list of instruments which have been given in this.